here. There we go. It's setting up. I'm not going to be on here very long today. In fact, I don't usually go live on my personal accounts very often, on Fridays, because I go live with the Vinci Eye App. So I got that going, so let's see. Go live. Let's see if this is going to work. There we go. I have to wait for it to completely be ready for me to do that. And then let's go here to find the stream on Facebook so I can read the comments. They say that I can read all the comments here, but it's a lie. They lied to me. I can't see the comments from Facebook or Instagram or TikTok through Restream, which kind of bothers me. So that means I have to have like 4 screens open, 4 different things open at the same time. Now I'm just going to go into TikTok because that's well. And my inbox. I'm going on to TikTok under my second account to watch myself. Come on, pop up. There we go. Oh, that's not going to work. So there's going to be quite a bit of noise. And again, this isn't usually when I go live anyways. This is just kind of an unusual day. Let's zoom in, make sure everything's still aligned.
Your behavior. If you're actually sorry, you'll change your behavior. Still, eat with a fork.
Just bear with me, I'm just playing around with stuff. There we go. I think that works. Okay, so we're going to continue on drawing my son. I don't know why I have a paintbrush on my desk. I'm not painting, I'm drawing. Can you hear me all right? Yeah, you should be able to hear me. Okay. All of these are pretty good. Okay, things have updated on the streaming software. So I was playing around with it today and I am just testing it out now that I kind of have a better idea what's going on. So that is what you are seeing today. So let's continue where we were at with the mouth. Oops, I'm dropping stuff like I normally do. And let's see what color best matches what we see in the photocopy. Use that really, really dark red. Thank you so much for the follow. I really do appreciate it. So I'm doing very small circular motions, kind of following the outline of the lip, just on the inside of it. This will help me with placement. I'm holding the pencil closer to the tip so I have more control over where this is going. So we're just slowly going to build up. We're slowly going to build up the layers until it gets to the point where we're satisfied with it. Then I'm curious on what color his tooth is, his bottom teeth. What color are they? They just look gray to me. So again, very tight but light pressure and circular motions for these. So we can slowly build up, because with colored pencils, once you place it down, you can't remove it. So you got to be very careful and just slowly add it. Put too much on right away, you can't even add extra layers for details. So you got to be very careful. Just slowly building up. I'm going to turn on the strobe feature. So go to Tools, Strobe, and turn that on, making sure the opacity is at its fullest. This way you can see the differences between your drawing and the reference photo. And then you can play around with that. I don't know why this isn't rotating. Why isn't this rotating? I'm still trying to play around with the new updates to the streaming software. So just bear with me as I work with that too, not just the drawing itself. So I want to try to get it to work. We're just slowly building up the colors, light pressure and circular motions. And since this is a very fine details, I'm holding the pencil closer to like the tip so I have a bit more control over the placement. For small areas, I like to hold the pencil closer. And then for big areas, I like to hold it further away. Is it transitioning at all? Here, let's play around. I'm going to play around with stuff so that we can possibly get this going. So I'm just playing around with stuff, so just give me a minute. Why isn't it rotating through my stuff? Okay, I am so sorry for this. This is not working the way I hoped it would. Let's try every 10 seconds. Transition type. Just cut. That's all I'm gonna do. And then, oh, this one's a Mevo Pro. I have Mevo Pro. Okay, is this gonna work? Come on. Why does this not want to go? This is mostly just a test run for this, and it's not wanting to move. It's fine when I go into this, I think. Is it? No, it's glitching, and that's bothering me. Come on. I want this one and this one the most. Let's see if that helps. I'm just working out the kinks so that I can do this a lot smoother next Friday when I go live on the Vinci Eye App. It transitioned on its own the first time around. It's still not working. Let's do once every minute. What's this? I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, let's hope this is only a temporary issue that I'm having with them. I hope they figure it out. Maybe I should send them a message. So just slowly building up the colors. It's easier to add more than to take away with colored pencils. There's a very slight blue color on his tooth. Very, very slight. And not all over his tooth, just part of his tooth. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Okay, it's going back to that one, but how long is it going to stick? Let's work on some more details in the mouth. So we are going to use a bit of black in the corner. Make sure your pencils are always sharp. Add black corner. Kind of try to do like a sharper edge on the top, but kind of fade it out on the bottom. Just by doing light circular motions. And same with the side of the mouth. Just right on the other side. So pretty sharp edge on the top and then fade it out downwards by just doing some light circular motions. And there's a little gap. He was just starting to grow his front teeth back in. He's got one that's longer than the other by far. That's kind of what makes it extra cute, is the bizarreness. Just kind of define that one tooth a little bit. And we can darken it up inside the mouth a little bit more. Not super dark. I'm going to add some skin tone to it. And going back to darker reds. Kind of taking it from those dark black areas and then just fading it downwards. So it goes, kind of fades into the red and then the red fades out to a different red. I think we can kind of add it to the upper lip too. We did lose a tooth. Let's see if we can pull it up. It's such a tiny amount of it. Why is it stuck there? It just goes there and then it sticks. It's really annoying. See if we can pull it up, pull that tooth back out. Okay, because it was such a light layer, we were able to pull it up a little bit. I am still going to need to darken up the face some more later, but I just kind of want to get the feel of where everything's out before I start really getting into those highlights and the shadows. There's some colors that just work really well for a nice transition. That lip needs to be brought up a little bit. See if we can get rid of that line. See if we can bring that lip up a little bit. Let's see, did that look a little bit better? I might need to play around with it a little bit more just to make sure I get the right placement. I'm being very nitpicky. I really am. Is that lip up high enough? Can bring that tooth up a little bit too. Just ever so slightly bring that up. Kind of shape it a little bit more, the bigger tooth. Is it just sticking there now? Okay, let's see what colors we're gonna need for the shadowing underneath his chin. So let's take a look at our color palette. There's so many different ways for how to add color or mix colors together. There's so many different ways. It's 4 o'clock. There are so many different ways. So sometimes you'll look at it and you'll see one color, and then you look away for a minute and then you'll see another color. Especially when you're learning to see undertones. So I'm doing light pressure and circular motions for this. Very light pressure and circular motions. Just slowly building it up This helps with a nice blended effect when you're done. Just adding one layer at a time. And I know you can barely see the differences of me adding these colors. It will be a slow process. I feel like I need to shut everything off and turn it back on, and hopefully it'll fix itself. But we'll see what Monday brings for the for the software that I'm using, to see what Monday brings. Hopefully they fix the little issues. They just upgraded, and then now there's a bunch of bugs, and the bugs are bugging me. Okay, looking at the reference, the drawing, and the color chart, little swatches, and seeing what is missing. It's kind of like an orange. I see a really warm tone in his face. Kind of like an orangey color. So I'm gonna bring this out. Just light pressure and circular motions. And we're gonna keep all the colors that I'm using to the side here, so I can kind of try to keep to the same color palette throughout the face and the arms, so that it looks like it's part of the same person. So everything makes sense. Then again, just going to look at the reference and your swatches. I think we're kind of more looking at the natural tones, but and seeing what is missing. Kind of see a darker brown still. Maybe not so dark. I'm gonna have to fix it a little bit to kind of make it look right altogether. So now I'm gonna use the skin tone just to kind of fill this in a little bit more. Still light pressure, circular motions. All of this helps with a nice blended and smooth finish when you're done. I feel like I need to add a bit of a brighter red on his lip, but I could be wrong. Am I wrong? Yeah, I think I might be wrong. But I do need to darken it up a little bit more. Just a little bit. Okay, we're gonna move on to a different section of his face. I think I might do that left side of his cheek. The right cheek. Right cheek to me, his left. Why isn't this charging? Is that one of the issues? See, does this one work better? See if that one works better. There might be a chance that my stream will cut out because the battery's low. Yeah, I'm gonna work on the cheek on the one side here where you can just barely not see his eye. So let's take a look at the lightest section of his face and see what color we see. It's a mixture of dark tan and a bit of red. So just light pressure, circular motions. I'm kind of just going around the edges right now just to get the right shape. And then I'm going to fill it in. Just very light pressure and circular motions. We're going to slowly build it up. And the more layers you're able to put on it, the smoother it's going to look for the transitions in colors. I'm going to add a little bit of that red, very little bit of that red to it. So very light pressure and circular motions. Janya, not right now, honey. I'm still working. Okay, let's take a look to see what color do we need to add next. Honestly, I kind of see like a dark purple now. light pressure and circular motions. I'm not going all over the cheek because eventually I want to get it really nice and dark up here and then just fade into light. So I'm going to do light pressure up here and then slowly let up as I go down. And again, it's very minor. It's a very minor change, but it all adds up. It's all worth the wait. Okay, now what is it missing? So a brown. It's quite like, okay, now we can kind of really focus on getting that really dark area done. Not putting a whole bunch of pressure on it, but nice firm pressure. Not enough to gouge the paper, but it's not as light as what we were doing before. We're going to really put down quite a bit here. It's just, again, circular motions for the placing of it. And then, I feel like the inside of his cheek's a little darker than the rest. And then we'll just slowly fade it out as we get closer to the bottom. So get lighter and lighter pressure. So a nice firm pressure on the top, and then slowly let up as you go downwards. This is going to look really nice with side by side to my daughter's drawing of her blowing bubbles. This one is my son with some screaming chickens. He really wants some screaming chickens. There's a little bit of a shadow right in here I'm going to add. And kind of a little bit, kind of like a very soft line between the nose and the cheek. I'm going to do very tight circular motions to kind of create that definition between the two parts of his face. Now let's take a look to see what color we need next. Use a darker brown. Really focus on that placement. Okay, a little bit more pressure on the top. And then we just fade it out, slowly get lighter and lighter as you go down. So it has a really nice transition, has it nice and smooth and nice blended look. It's all about the technique when it comes to getting a nice blended effect when it comes to colored pencils, because there's only so much you can do to blend colors. So you're gonna have to kind of fake it to be able to create that nice blend look. I'm going to use a really dark red in here too. Just right on the top part. So I'm putting like firm pressure on the page. And then again, getting lighter as I work my way down. And we're just going to keep layering and layering until it gets to the shade we want. And I still want to stay fairly light-handed because I might look over the entire thing once I'm done, just to make sure the shading's right, the colors are right, make it look like it's cohesive throughout so it looks like it's part of the same person. I'll go in with the dark brown. Okay. Another really important feature is the ears. So we're going to jump all the way to the other side of his head and work on his ears. So I'm going to erase those graphite marks that I did earlier. I know you can't see them on the screen, but they are there. And then just enough so I can barely see it. Although I don't really need to focus too much on that when I have the app. It kind of helps me with that kind of stuff. Okay, let's zoom out so we can find the ear. The ear! So the lightest color of the ear is actually a cream color. So I'm going to put this cream color all on the outer parts of the ear, just not in the center of it. So light pressure and circular motions. If we go over some areas that don't need this, it doesn't really matter too much because we're only putting a very small amount of this on top. So I know it looks like I'm not doing anything, but it will add up. It's a very slow process. What's a good thing to do while you're drawing? Putting on some nice relaxing music. Put on some classical music and enjoy the process. And it's even more enjoyable when you are capturing a moment that is very special to you. Okay, now I'm going to use a lighter skin tone. I'm actually going to turn off the strobe for now. And then turn down the opacity just enough so that we can see the tip of the pencil. Because I want to see the reference more than I do my drawing. So light pressure, circular motions, just slowly building up that color. And I'm gonna try to preserve like those really light areas. Trying to keep them as light as possible for now. We might need to darken them up later, but we can always do that. We can always darken them if we need them, but it's hard to go from dark to light. It's better to go from light to dark. So it's very, very minimum. Like you can't really tell. It's very hard to tell. It's very hard to tell that I put anything down, but it is there. Now we're going to go in with the darker skin tone. I'm going to start trying to get some more of the details out. So light pressure, circular motions. I'm going pretty much everywhere except for that lighter tone is. And also sculpting out the features of the ear. So light pressure and circular motions. Is it rotating at all without my help? Okay, I'm going to take a look at the reference photo in comparison to my drawing and my swatching too. Let's see if I can find a color that is missing. It's kind of like a really bright orange I see. Not a lot of it, but there is some. Let me see, is this the right orange? Yeah. I see some. It's not everywhere, just a little bit. Just right in here. So I'm doing a very light pressure and circular motions. Just in this one spot, because that's where I see the orange. It's really popping out at me. And then kind of on the inner part of the ear too, there's a little bit of it as well. I think it's just the sun kind of shining through it, maybe? I don't know. see, how much more time do I have? Okay, let's take a look, see what we're missing. Seeing some brown, so I'm gonna add a little bit of brown. The brown is really obvious with the outline of the inner ear on that side and the other side. I'm just doing very tight, almost circular motions, very, very small, because I want to have like a very soft line. It's very small. And then we're going to do the same lighter pressure on the inside to build up that brown. Where else? It's kind of underneath here too. There's a little bit of it right here, and it's a very soft line, so that's why I'm doing circular motions instead of a line. Is this rotating at all? I'm tired. Been up since 5:30. I've been up since 5:30 and it is 4:30 now, so yeah, it's been a long day. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of brown at the bottom part of his ear. Just very small circular motions. Not all the way around his ear, just where the shadow is. And then I'm gonna also put that brown right where this little shadow is. You can kind of start to see it form. Then I'm going to turn on the strobe. Turn that up all the way. And now we can really get those minor differences. Really build it up now. So let's see. I see a really nice light pink. So light pressure and circular motions. Just placing it right where I see those colors, right where I see the pink. Now in some areas there is a bit of a blue color to it, and that blue is coming from the reflection of light from his shirt. So it's kind of on his earlobe at the bottom. And then there's a bit of blue in his earlobe. So just light pressure and circular motions. We're going to slowly build it up. Just take your time. I believe the Mona Lisa took 3 years. These drawings usually take me about anywhere between 10 hours to 20 hours, depending on how detailed the drawing is, how much time I want to spend focusing on every little detail. Usually what happens for me is that I spend a whole bunch of time on the most important features, and then by the time I'm getting closer to the end, I just get really impatient and just do it. Just get it done. Okay. There's a bit of dark red. It's not quite time for me to leave yet. So I don't normally do my personal lives on Fridays because I usually do more lesson-like lives for the Vinci Eye App on their YouTube channel from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Mountain Time. But I do plan on trying to go live every weekday on my personal accounts, which is Charity Lowe's Art. I'm currently on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram right now. I only plan to do that like anywhere, it's close to 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., but that all depends on timing with other things. And thank you so much for the compliment. I really appreciate it. So I'm just slowly building up. I can show you quickly some of my other pieces that I've done recently. Hopefully I can find something. There's one that I abandoned. So this one was one of my most recent ones. Let me see if it pops up. There we go. This one's the most recent color one I've done. And see if I can find some other ones in here. And then this is my most recent black and white one. This one is with graphite. I'm trying not to smudge with this. It's very difficult. I have a whole bunch on my wall. I also, for a while, I was doing fan art. So I have this one. I wish I would find time to finish it, but I did this, started working on this one, and I really wanted to kind of finish it. But yeah, my life has gone in a different direction than fan art. So yeah, I am kind of restricted to doing I'm restricted to doing okay, sorry about this. My son is causing havoc. My son loves to torture his 2-year-old sister, and it's ridiculous, and we try everything we can. He likes to control everything that everybody does, and it's really hard to deal with. If you have any suggestions on how to deal with somebody who has to do everything their way and gets upset when nobody wants to play in his way.
Oh my goodness, child!
We're just building it up slowly. Is this rotating at all? No, it's not. It's not rotating whatsoever. Okay, so we're just slowly building it up, slowly, slowly. I need to do more of a vibrant yellow, pink on here. There's a lot of different colors to just build up. It's gonna take a while. Okay, I'm gonna call it quits on the live. Hopefully Monday everything with the software for streaming fixes itself, because this is kind of annoying that it doesn't cycle through the different videos. So yeah, anyways, this is kind of just for that, but I'm planning to be live every weekday, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 10 to 12-ish. It all depends on what time I get up and how long it takes me to do my other work. And then Fridays on the Vinci Eye App, I do actual like lessons from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Mountain Time, and that's on their YouTube channel, Vinci Eye App. A bit about myself. So I'm a portrait artist, at least that's my passion. But my job is to make advertisements and tutorials and teach live on the Vinci Eye App YouTube channel. So you will see me do a wide range of different things. I've done wood burning, stained glass painting, fabric painting, quilling. I've used soft pastels, marker, watercolor, acrylic, and I am open to learning more, and I'm planning to learn more about different arts and crafts. So yeah, that's me. That's me in a nutshell. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining me, whether it was during the live or after the live. I really do appreciate it. So thanks again. Bye.